Jenny is a good student who always tries her best. Today, her class is giving presentations, but Jenny gave her presentation in the last class, so she doesn't have to speak today. She tries very hard to listen to her friends' presentations because she wants to be polite. But unfortunately, Jenny is having a bad day because she had a fight with one of her friends. While Jang-ik is speaking, Jenny starts thinking about the fight, and she doesn't hear anything that her classmate says. Suddenly, she sits up and starts listening carefully to the presentation, but it's almost finished. Fortunately, Jang-ik gives a good conclusion to the presentation, so Jenny is able to understand what he spoke about. Today I'm going to talk to you about 3 points. Well, first we went to the tunnels, and then we saw some... Well, I've always thought that cats were probably the best pets. Hi, my name is Jill, and today I'm going to talk to you about a couple different things. Okay, there's a few things that I'm going to tell you today, and those are really important that you understand and that you pay close attention. This presentation is going to help you understand what you should do if you are ever in a similar situation. Well, the first point that I'm going to talk about is, I think it's really important that you remember. First, I told you about cats. Next, I'm going to tell you about dogs. If you look here on the screen, you can see that cats are obviously the best pets. It was this big. You must remember this. My mother and my sister are about the same height. First, I'm going to talk to you about the value of money. Good afternoon. I'm going to tell you about an adventurous trip to the Kuchi tunnels. It's important that you understand this information because you will understand why it's so important to plan ahead when you travel. Today I'm going to tell you about 3 points. First, I'm going to tell you a little about the Kuchi tunnels. Second, I'm going to tell you about my journey to the Kuchi tunnels. And last, or thirdly, I'll tell you how the journey ended. Some friends and I went to Vietnam. While we were there, we decided to visit the famous Kuchi tunnels. Do you know what they are? They're in Vietnam, of course, like I said, and they were for soldiers to hide during the Vietnam War. But they were more than just underground roads. They were bedrooms and kitchens, so the soldiers could live comfortably. As many as 16,000 soldiers could live in the tunnels at one time. The tunnels are amazing, so many tourists go to Vietnam just to visit them. Now I've told you a little about the Kuchi tunnels. Now I'm going to describe the journey there. Like I said, we were there to visit Vietnam and had decided to go to the Kuchi tunnels, so we didn't have a lot of information. We decided not to go with a tour group. We wanted to be adventurous. So we went outside and we saw a city bus, and it said Kuchi's written on the back. We said, yes, this is our bus. We're going to take this bus to the Kuchi tunnels. We rode together on the bus for about 40 minutes. Suddenly, the bus stopped, and the driver said, you can get off. We got off of the bus, and we looked around. There was nothing. No buildings, no cars, and no people. We didn't know what to do. We were alone. So we just waited. 30 minutes later, a truck came by. There were many farmers in the back of the truck, and they said, come on, ride on the truck with us. So we climbed onto the back of the truck, and there were also chickens on it. It was a chicken truck. So we sat among the chickens and the farmers, and they started talking to us. Where are you from? When are you going to go back? We told them, our plane is tomorrow. The farmer said, tomorrow? No, there's no bus tomorrow. You must wait 3 days. My friend and I were scared. No, we we motioned, "Airplane, airplane, we're going back tomorrow." And the farmers laughed, no, 3 days, you must wait." Oh, we panicked, we didn't know what to do. But there was nothing, so we just waited. We decided to enjoy the trip to the Kuchi tunnels. Okay, I've explained how we got to the Kuchi tunnels, but how did we get home? You know that there wasn't going to be another bus. We toured the Kuchi tunnels and we walked out, and all of the tourists got together and they went on their tour buses, and the tour buses left. And again, my friends and I were standing alone in the middle of the countryside. We asked a staff member to call us a taxi, but she was busy. She said, no, I don't have time to help you. And we begged her, "Please, please call us a taxi. We can't go home." So she called, and we waited, and there was one other tourist. He was a very wealthy businessman. He had a nice suit, a big car, and a driver. He said, "Are you okay? Can I give you a ride to the city?" It was a great idea, but we were nervous. Should we get in the car with a stranger, someone we didn't know? But we didn't know how long we would have to wait for the taxi. And my friends and I were together, so we decided it would be okay. We canceled the taxi, and we got in the van for the trip home. The man was so nice. He dropped us off at our hotel and said, "If you need anything, please call me." We walked into the hotel, and the staff laughed at us because we told them that we were coming from the Kuchi tunnels. They said, "Why didn't you take a tour?" And they pointed to a sign on the desk. It said, "Kuchi Tunnel Tour." Oh, we didn't even see it. Next time we'll remember to plan ahead. Today, I told you about 3 points. First, I told you about the Kuchi tunnels. Remember that they had bedrooms and kitchens so the soldiers could live comfortably. Next, I told you about the journey there. Don't forget to get lots of information before you go traveling to the countryside in a foreign country. Last, I told you about the trip home. Please remember that your fellow travelers are often happy to help you out if you need it. Just ask. Thank you for listening.